Oi gente, sejam bem-vindas a mais um vídeo de Edith Finch, parte 2, voltando literalmente no mesmo lugar da onde paramos da última vez. Bora descobrir então o que aconteceu nesse lugar. Dessa vez tô um pouco mais afastada aqui da câmera, então vamos ver se vai me dar motion sickness. Eu acho que não. Estou preparada. Bom, então a gente viu a história maluca da... Como que é o nome dela? Da menininha aqui. Molly.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Agora a gente vai explorar o quarto dela, aparentemente.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Olha. Dá pra fazer mais alguma interação? Acho que não. Ei. Aqui acho que são os quartos, né?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Eu não lembro se eu já vi tudo, eu acho que não, então.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Tá, eu já joguei essa parte, eu acho que não salvou, então eu vou cortar. Tá, agora eu realmente tô no lugar de onde tinha parado. Teve aquela cena da gente virando vários animais, indo atrás das nossas presas, e aí completamos ali a Molly no caderno.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Tá, então aqui é o quarto da Bisa. Tem um monte de gaiola. Porque ela... Mano, eu sinto que vai ter alguma coisa a ver, tipo, com a Bisa.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Ao mesmo tempo que parece que a mãe dela é meio escrota, parece que a Bisa é meio escrota também. Tipo, a Bisa... A materna, sim, a matriarca, né, que fala, na verdade, da casa que tentava controlar todo mundo. Eu acho que vai ser uma história meio, tipo, dark. Eu não sei. Passarinho.
It was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Passar pro lado ou aperta?
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Tipo, eu não entendi se eles têm um cemitério, tipo, eles possuem um cemitério, ou se é, tipo, só no cemitério, tipo... Não sei também se vai ser importante, mas é só, tipo, no cemitério deles, no sentido de, tipo, todo mundo, né, é enterrado junto, às vezes, no cemitério. Então, na área deles, do cemitério. Acho que é isso. É. Aí eu fico saindo no ESC. Sempre esqueço qual que sai. Como que sai? Tab, Alt. Tá.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Tá, eu pensei até, tipo, ser aquele... É síndrome de Munchausen? Ou é só
When Edie told
Munchausen?
people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She
Tipo,
could have, but she didn't.
que é aquilo que... Às vezes a pessoa faz a outra ficar doente, não sei. Mas, tipo, não... Sei
Even
lá.
in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Calma aí, tinha mais coisa pra cá que eu não ouvi, eu acho.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Pra todo mundo morrer assim.
The only
A não ser
trace
que tenha
Grandpa
coisa
Sam's first
sobrenatural
wife Kay
mesmo.
left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Caramba, esse banheiro é perfeito. Ainda tem um sapo pra ficar mais perfeito. Ainda. Tem um segredo nesse banheiro, tá escrito by Sven e EDITH FINCH.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Que é reconstruído, talvez. Calvin Finch. Milton. Ah, Milton. Do Milton é o quarto legal. Que é o dos dois, na verdade, né? É. Ai, que legal. Tá.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Tá, a parte do Calvin é muito mais foda do que a parte do Milton. Mas assim, tirando os chifres, eu também respeito a estética acampamento. Mas infelizmente não é acampamento, é estética caça mesmo, então é uma merda. Agora esse lado é perfeito. Dá pra ver alguma coisa aqui? Não, não dá pra pular. Acho que eu vou ter que ver a parte lá do... Tá aqui mesmo.
And that he never talked about him.
Ele nunca fala dele. Calma aí, deixa eu ver aqui primeiro. Caramba! Não vai ainda não, não vai ainda não. Calma.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Nossa, é muito da hora o quarto dele.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Ah, é assim que ele morreu.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Ele vai pro mar.
Maybe he'd still be here.
Caramba, parece muito que sou eu.
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Ah! Meu Deus!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
É um jeito muito foda de morrer.
Calvin's story
Calvin
felt
era
strangely
foda.
familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
E ele
After
tem o
the funeral,
quarto
Edie roped
mais
off
da hora
Calvin
de
to help
todos.
with the room.
Ah, ela que colocou isso. Tá.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
E Halloween. Vai ser
The
outro lugar da
passages were
hora.
a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Tá. Milton. Ah, é o quarto da mina lá. Ah, não, esse
Growing
quarto
up,
aqui.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Isso aqui é merda, isso aqui é merda. Tá.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Feliz aniversário, Bárbara.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Tá. Vocês têm que ler na revista, tá?
Right, Star. Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Ok.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later,
Era o pai dela que gostava
hadn't
de...
returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Ah.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Ah.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Tomara que não dê susto. Assim, eu tomo susto nas coisas mais idiotas do mundo.
Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear. Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Ai, meu Deus. Voltou a música. Calma, tem uma escada pra outro lugar. Tô com medo. Não tô nem olhando direito pra não ter medo.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Ai, que bom que não me deu susto. Fiquei feliz agora.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Tem.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Podia ter fechado, né, amiga?
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
É, não acabou ainda, não acabou ainda. Nossa, você vai nesse... Ai, ele vai me dar susto.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately,
Se esse quadrinho existisse de verdade, eu super leria.
Blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story.
Eu preciso lembrar quem é o Walter.
The music box is all they ever
É irmão,
found
né,
of her.
dela.
Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Mano, foi muito boa essa voz aí do cara.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Ah. Ia ser legal. Eu ia gostar também se eu morresse e fizesse uma história em quadrinho, tipo de terror macabro, contando a minha morte. Ia ser muito da hora. Eu vou voltar aqui. Eu vou agora
I
pra...
guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Eu vou pra caixinha de música, né? Só preciso lembrar onde tá. Devia ter prestado mais atenção. Onde tava ela exatamente?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Basement, então... Eu vou ter que dar uma olhada. Eu sei que é a music box, mas... não lembro onde ela tá. Calma. Aqui tinha, né? É. Isso aqui. Ai. Tá. Dá medo aqui.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Tá. Vem.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Então, a Edith, ela era meio a cabeça, assim, parece, né? Que ela tá
I thought maybe
mencionando
she was
muito
hiding
ela.
presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Meu Deus, uma
I
mina.
remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Nossa, não
She said after
tô
Barbara
pegando
died,
nada.
he got as far away as he could.
Walter.
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Ou as pessoas morreram, ou...
I think it's that none of us
Sumiram.
has gotten very far.
foram embora. Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Ah, ele tava tipo num bunker.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Cego em calda. Tomar
If you wait long enough,
calda, né?
you get used to anything.
É gostoso. Nossa, eu sempre que eu não tomo pêssego em calda, agora deu vontade.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Mas bebê assim...
And then
Não.
one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
Então, ele
Maybe
ficou
it got
30
tired
anos
waiting.
nesse lugar?
Or
Será?
maybe I just got tired of being
Uma
afraid.
casa. Provavelmente ele só é noiado, né?
It's been a
Mas
week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Ih. Ele vivia no bunker. Tá, peraí. Queria ver mais.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Matou Bárbara. Ah, ele ficou noiado mesmo. Pensei pelos tremores que ia ser tipo, tava acontecendo algum tipo de terremoto, sei lá.
And Molly. And Calvin.
É, bastante gente. Eu também ficaria noiado se estivesse na situação dele.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day.
Tá andando na trilha do
I can
trem.
already imagine the sun on my face.
Eu acho que ele endoidou.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
É, então ele ficou realmente 30 anos, porque se ele tava tão velho assim já quando ele morreu. Tadinho.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
A sua mãe, ela já não gosta da sua mãe, já. Eu já tô contra a sua mãe.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Mas bem que ela que deu a chave pra ela vir, né?
I don't want to
Então,
make the same mistakes she made.
não sei. Talvez a mãe dela seja suave, na real. Fosse a avó mesmo que fosse o problema. Ou
Trying to
ninguém é o
bury
problema,
something
não
that's
sei.
Still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
É assim, as histórias estão muito
Maybe we
boas,
believed
mas
so
entender
much in the
mesmo,
family
amiga, a
curse.
gente não tá conseguindo captar
We
ainda.
made it real.
Umas cadeiras ali.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
ver se tem algum lugar aqui. Vamos. Isso.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Calma, ela tá falando isso pra quem?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Será que ela tem uma filha? Não captei se ela tá lendo alguma coisa de alguém pra ela. Ou se ela tá
I
falando
think
pra
the
alguém.
people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Talvez ela esteja falando pra alguém, pra uma filha. Quero vir aqui. Calma, pra onde eu vou? Eu quero ir pro lugar que não é o principal. Tá, aqui é só, tá. Aqui tem coisa? Não. Meu Deus, eu não tô enxergando nada. Eu tinha aumentado o brilho já, né? Mas...
And when you look at the house, had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
A gente voltou pra área de fora aqui, então dá pra eu ir na parte que eu queria ter ido antes. Talvez, não sei. Talvez se aqui tem coisa.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Então, ou é síndrome de Munchausen mesmo, ou... Que, mano, se não for sobrenatural, como que todo mundo morreu nessa família? Não sei.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but... the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Até uns... Não sei.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Aí você tá... Foi um pouco desgraçada, não vou mentir.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Ah, o cemitério realmente é... Ai, o da Molly é o mais fofo! Meu Deus, que fofo! O do Calvin também é muito foda. Nossa, as pessoas deviam fazer isso, né? Em vez de colocar uma frase e fazer um bagulho, assim, que define a pessoa. Ed, Sven, Walter. Uma pessoa ali... Nossa, o do Walter é foda. O do Walter é foda, tá? Caramba. Da Bárbara. Mais merdinha. Tá.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
O bebê.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Ele tá piscando.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Tem mais coisa pra ver ali que eu não vi, então?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, Patriota, Gregory e Gus.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Isso aqui? Ah, uma coroa.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Casinha na árvore. Cara, e essa parece muito a minha casinha na árvore que eu já tive. Muito, nossa, parece muito.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
É, realmente, eu acho que ela tá falando pra filha dela. Ah, ela vai cair, né? Não. Acho que ela tá escrevendo pra filha dela. Calma aí, eu sei que tem uma escada ali, mas espera. Ah, não dá.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Então sua mãe era uma escrota também, que nem ele. Caçador de merda.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Devia ficar nervoso em matar animais.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Quer dizer, não tem animal culpado, né? Sam, que bom que morreu.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Not quite.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Isso aqui, foto merda que você tá tirando, hein?
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Ah.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
Ó, nem
I'm gonna
corta
take
a
some
unha.
pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Queria tirar uma mais de longe, porque é sempre esse zoom. Dá pra mudar? Eu sinto que eu não tô vendo alguma coisa que eu deveria tirar foto. Ah, aqui, ó.
Aw.
Agora eu tenho que tirar aqui, será?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Nothing quite like being outside.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done? Oop, a little more gas in the tank, I guess. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Nossa, que legal. Eba, vamos matar? É a primeira coisa que eu penso quando eu vejo um bicho assim.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Oh. Ai, eu tô...
Let me get behind you.
Não dá pra não ficar com raiva desse personagem.
Let's do this.
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive... Great shot, Dawn!
Eba! Eba!
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Tô muito orgulhoso que você matou um animal.
Dad,
Sem motivo
it's
algum.
switching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Caralho, isso é muito foda. Nossa, isso foi muito foda. Nossa, tomou muito no
Of all
cu.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Total. Ele morreu, será? Mas é que aquele tá bem mais velho, né? Então provavelmente não, infelizmente. Bom, vamos parar por aqui então. Conhecemos mais histórias da família, novos personagens, personalidades. Ainda não dá pra entender nada do que tá acontecendo, do que aconteceu, né, na verdade. Mas eu também nem sei se vai dar pra entender ou se é só uma coisa meio lúdica mesmo, a história. Mas eu tô gostando. Tá sendo bem divertido, assim. Parece que eu tô, sei lá, assistindo um filme, mas bem imersivo, assim, com histórias legais, diferentes. Conhecemos um pouco do vô, que nem ela chegou a conhecer, né, muito. Ela está grávida. Basicamente, a família tem um cemitério e... Não sei, eu ainda acho que tem alguma vibe estranha de tipo, mano... Não sei, com uma bisa, ou sei lá, tem alguma coisa estranha com a família. No sentido não estranho de óbvio estranho, mas estranho de ruim. E então vamos ver se eu vou mudar essa percepção aí nas próximas vezes que eu jogar, né? Mas espero que vocês tenham gostado desse vídeo, então. Se vocês gostaram, deixe o like, se inscrevam no canal, ative o sino para receber notificação. E até a próxima. Beijo e tchau!